Man United are determined to sign star with world-class potential as Everton chase €30 million teammate. Benfica might have to cope without two of their biggest talents next season as Manchester United are gunning to sign João Neves while Everton are pursuing one of his teammates, according to reports. Benfica have one of the best academies in the world, having produced top-class players such as Bernardo Silva, Ruben Dias, João Felix, Ederson, and João Cancelo, among plenty of others. The Portuguese giants now have a new crop of exciting starlets, which includes Neves. The 19-year-old is one of the most sought-after defensive midfielders in Europe as he is excellent at winning possession back for his team and is also great on the ball. Neves may only be 5 feet 9 inches tall, but he is also good at winning aerial duels. Neves' great performances for Benfica have seen him force his way into the Portugal squad while also emerging as a transfer target for some major clubs. Man United are the side who have been most heavily linked with him, while Arsenal began monitoring his situation recently. Last week, the teenager was back to snub Arsenal for Man United as he is more likely to walk straight into the starting 11 at Old Trafford. According to the latest reports emerging from Portugal, Man United remain the frontrunners to sign Neves this summer. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Man United are very determined to bring Neves in as they view him as the perfect midfield partner for academy graduate Kobbie Mainoo. Man United transfers, Benfica wonder kid-eyed by Ratcliffe. Benfica know the teenager has world-class potential and have resultantly tied him down to a long-term contract which includes a huge €120 million, £102 million, exit clause. Ratcliffe will not want to pay that amount under any circumstances, but the clause still puts Benfica in a very strong negotiating position. If Ratcliffe wants to add Neves to Man United's squad, then he will need to pay a major fee, potentially as much as £60 to £70 million. It must be noted that Neves is not the only Benfica starlet Man United are casting admiring glances towards, as they also like the look of centre-back Antonio Silva. Plus, Neves could be followed to the Premier League by fellow midfielder Florentino Luis. Everton held talks with Benfica about a deal for the 24-year-old in January but were unable to strike an agreement. The Portuguese press states that Everton are back in the mix for Florentino and could soon launch a €30 million, £25.5 million, bid for him, given Florentino's age and the fact he has already made over 130 senior appearances for Benfica. The former Portugal youth international may feel this summer is the right time to kick on and try himself out in the Prem. Florentino could help Everton replace Amadou Onana, who continues to be linked with a big money move away from Goodison Park this summer. Europaper talk, Ratcliffe green light to sign bargain Casemiro upgrade for Man United, Chelsea send huge offer for Barcelona star. Manchester United have the chance to sign a long-term midfield target as Sir Jim Ratcliffe plans to axe Casemiro. Chelsea have made a huge contract offer to a Barcelona star, while Real Madrid are keen to sign one of Manchester City's most important players, all in Thursday's edition of Europaper Talk. Man United to sign ideal Casemiro IPLACMENT. Man United are in for a summer of major change with Erik Ten Hag tipped to be sacked as manager and several players expected to follow him out the exit door. One area Sir Jim Ratcliffe is determined to bolster is midfield, with the INEOS chief determined to get stars who are past their best and on big contracts off the books, with Casemiro and Christian Eriksen being two examples. Sofian Amrabat is also set to return to Fiorentina once his loan from Fiorentina, so there will be a major void in the Red Devils squad that will need to be filled. One midfield target Man United have had their eye on for some time is Monaco star Youssouf Fofana, who has also been linked with Arsenal in recent weeks. The French international can play as a defensive, central or right midfielder, with his versatility being one of the things Ratcliffe is reportedly fond of. Man United tried to sign Fofana on a loan-to-buy deal last summer, but their proposal was swiftly rejected. Fofana has scored 4 goals and made 4 assists in 35 appearances for Monaco this season, and the French club ideally want to keep him, but the 25-year-old is ready for a new challenge elsewhere. Fabrizio Romano tips Man United to seal bargain deal. Despite Fofana's importance to Monaco, there seems to be an acceptance within the club that he will leave this summer amid interest from the Premier League. As relayed by Fabrizio Romano, Monaco director Thiago Scuro has been quoted saying Fofana is a player who will probably be sold if the right offer is put on the table. He is probably one of the players that we are open to selling this summer, Scuro said in a recent interview. We will see the opportunities that he has, same for Guillermo Maripan, he added. Romano has told Court Offside that Man United could sign Fofana for as little as €20 million, approximate £17 million, which has to be considered a major bargain. That is because the midfielder is only under contract until 2025 and he seemingly has no intention of signing an extension with Monaco. It will be interesting to see if Ratcliffe sanctions a concrete offer for Fofana in the coming weeks, as reports suggest outrageous Man United swap possible, with Ratcliffe chasing global superstar and Ten Hag signing the bait. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is reportedly trying to engineer an extraordinary swap deal that would see Manchester United land one of the world's best strikers in Victor Osimhen, and with one of Erik Ten Hag's favourite players used as the bait in a possible swap deal. The British billionaire has his feet firmly under the desk at Old Trafford following his £1.3 billion investment into 27.7% of the club back in February, and will leave no stone unturned in his quest to return Manchester United to the pinnacle of English and European football. To that end, Ratcliffe has already making some tough choices behind the scenes by waving farewell to some long-established names at the club such as Richard Arnold and John Murtough, replacing them with a new crack team of specialists such as Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, and Dan Ashworth. Now Ratcliffe is ready to turn that ruthless streak towards his playing squad and is gearing up for a major shake-up this summer. Indeed, the Red Devils are understood to have identified 4 areas of the side to strengthen, with a new central defender, midfielder, centre-forward and right-winger on their list of targets, and while the identity of these players will not be known yet, with the club drawing up a list of potential targets, Ratcliffe plans to clear the path by allowing a number of United's high-earning, but underperforming stars to depart this summer. With Raphael Varane and Anthony Martial already confirmed as leaving, the no-nonsense Ratcliffe will next turn his focus to moving on Casemiro, with the 3 exits saving the Red Devils a staggering £840,000 a week or £43.68 million a year. Man United want to land Victor Osimhen as part of Mammoth's swap deal, with a number of key and strategic sales also planned along the way, that money set to be reinvested into the side, with Ratcliffe and new sporting director Ashworth putting the emphasis on quality over quantity. And as far as a new striker is concerned, the club were on Tuesday linked with a pretty extravagant move for Napoli marksman Osimhen. The 25-year-old is regarded as one of the game's very best, having blasted in an impressive 76 goals in 132 appearances for Gli Azzurri since a summer 2020 move from Lille. He was rewarded with a new contract by Napoli this season, taking him through to summer 2026, though his deal did contain an exit clause which is understood to be set at €120 million, £102.1 million, and making him of huge appeal to some of the game's big spending sides. However, in recent days it's claimed United have thrust themselves back into the transfer race, and now a fresh update from Italy has revealed exactly how Ratcliffe plans to finance the deal, by offering Napoli a cash payment and the chance to sign Rasmus Højlund as part of a lucrative swap. Agent reveals how outrageous Man United swap deal is possible. Højlund moved to United last summer in a £72 million switch from Atalanta, his fee largely made up of promise in the player, rather than him already being a proven product, and while Højlund has done well in periods of his debut season, so far scoring 16 times in 42 appearances ahead of Saturday's FA Cup final, he has at times struggled and been taken out of the spotlight to take the pressure off his young shoulders. In all fairness, Højlund could well have benefited from another striker to both learn from and share the attacking responsibilities with at Old Trafford, something Erik Ten Hag has been unable to offer him, and having to go with Bruno Fernandes in a false number 9 position in the Dane's absence. Now his time at Old Trafford could be coming to an end after just 1 season, with Højlund the sacrificial lamb in a bold move for Osimhen. An Italian agent, Andrea D'Amico, claims the operation to take the Napoli powerhouse to Old Trafford in a swap deal for the young Dane is regarded as feasible. The future of Osimhen? It's difficult to say now, we're in May and it's not a small deal, so we'll have to wait, he said. He speaks English. The Premier League is the most important championship in the world. He doesn't go to Barcelona and Real Madrid, and if he doesn't go to PSG or Bayern either, he will only be left with the Premier League. Osimhen-Højlund exchange with United. It's feasible. Manchester United respects the characteristics where Osimhen could play. In short, it's a plausible scenario. Part of Napoli's issue has always been about who comes in to replace Osimhen when he leaves. So perhaps a swap with a player no stranger to Serie A could represent a perfect solution. It must be also stressed however that the agent in question, D'Amico, does not represent either player.